Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another little haul video that I got, the fragrances I've gotten the past few weeks, and also just a quick little update for you guys. So first things first, haul, then update, so let's get into it. Now, I didn't get much of anything in February. I didn't pick up more than 3 bottles. 2 of them were from a Kickstarter, and I'll get into that. So I'm going to share with you these bottles. These were all purchased. Nothing was sent to me this month to review. However, next month I do have a few bottles coming in that were sent to review, so I will let you guys know that. The first fragrance is the one that I just recently did a review on. It's Soleil Cristal, the new flanker from Lancome as part of the LVEB family. I do really like this fragrance. If you want to know my review on it, I will link the review below. I think it is a gorgeous scent. I do really like it. I don't think it's the most successful flanker in this family, but I do think it's really nice. So if you want to know my exact thoughts on it, definitely check out that review. These other 2 fragrances, there's been a lot of controversy around these scents, and I backed this project back in the summer. I was really excited for this. Now let me just start off by saying that these are 2 of the grossest fragrances I've ever smelled in my life, but I didn't purchase them for any other reason than the novelty of these scents. This is something that I thought would be interesting to have in my collection. Now there's a lot of speculation around these fragrances whenever there's a Kickstarter, especially a Kickstarter that goes viral. There's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of room for error, and with these scents there was a lot of, this is what it's supposed to smell like, this is how it smells like, this is the problem, this is the solution. There was a lot, and I mean a lot, that went behind these fragrances. So I'm going to show them to you, and then I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about my experience. And we have Eau de Space and Eau de Luna. Now these were marketed, the Kickstarter was marketed that this is a interpretation of what space actually smells like. And I was so excited for it. And it wasn't something I thought I would actually wear, but as a collector and liking to back interesting, fun projects, I definitely decided to back it. And then they had the Eau de Luna, and this is what like the moon is supposed to smell like. There was a lot of issues in regards to packaging and production and fulfillment, and there was like, I think that their Facebook page went away. Like, there's a lot. So let me tell you my thoughts on Kickstarter. There's a 50-50 chance that you are going to be supremely disappointed and your money is, you're not going to see a return on investment of your, basically your investment into this project or these products. My mom ordered a bag and it took her, I think, like 2 years to get this purse, and it was nothing like they said. I donated like $400 to the Being Puppy Cat Kickstarter, and I could get into that, although I do love me some Being Puppy Cat. And projects, I'm very mindful about the projects that I back on Indiegogo and Kickstarter and things like that, because there's not an confirmation, that's not the right word, I still have hospital brain. You don't know for 100% or at 100% or whatever, like I said, I can't speak, I still have hospital brain, that you're going to get your product, that the project's gonna happen. The thing is you're investing in an idea, and say one of the founders dies or gets sick, or there's a falling out, or there's a problem with production. There's been some projects that, you know, John has backed that we still years later haven't even gotten or are waiting for updates or things like that, or projects that were backed and they were nothing like they were described that they would be, and we've been severely disappointed. Whenever I back a Kickstarter, I always think to myself, this might not be good, this might not be what it says it's going to be, this might be something that I'm severely disappointed, is a waste of money. So I'm very careful about the projects that I back on Kickstarter. They have to be projects where I have huge faith in the creator, or I'm so ridiculously excited for it that I have to be a part of it. And if, you know, it doesn't come to light, then at least I usually don't spend too much money, try not to back more than $100 on those products, and B, at the same time, I don't feel bad about being duped because at the end of the day. Like, I was caught up in the hype, I was caught up in the magic, I was caught up in the marketing, and I just had to back it because it was something so cool. And Eau de Space, these fragrances were that project. I was so excited as somebody who loves outer space, and a lot of people love outer space. Like, I think a lot of people love outer space. But as a fragrance collector, and as somebody who likes to partake in novelty, challenging fragrances, I thought to myself, what if I like this? What if I like the way this smells and I wear this? And if not, I've backed a project that seems to be really cool, seems to be legitimate, and at the same time, I have 2 interesting and fun novelty fragrances to add to my collection. So that's why I ended up getting these. I was originally going to do a review on them, and I was going to talk about the entire experience, but there's been a lot of kind of stuff that's happened behind the scenes with this particular project. So I'm not going to give them like a dedicated video, like dedicated promotion, just because I don't completely agree with like a lot of the stuff that's been going on. But to just kind of sum it up, the big issues with this scent is that it took a long time to get the fragrances, which happens whenever you have Kickstarter. Some people say it could take 3 weeks for us to fulfill these, and then production takes forever, and then it could be 6 months to a year. That's a lot, but it's not unheard of. The biggest issue I had with this is the fact that they weren't really answering questions or concerns, and they deleted their Facebook group. I'm not sure if it's back up, but there was like nothing, radio silence, and then it just took forever for people to get these products. And then at the end of the day, they promised fantastic packaging, fantastic bottles, and I mean, they did not deliver on that. So these bottles, if you were to purchase them full price, are about $50. They're not crazy expensive. This one, if you see here how it looks like it's partially empty, that's because this actually opened up in my package, and a good amount of it had soaked through the box and the bottle. So I was very disappointed the fact that the bottle came, like, it leaked a lot. Like, that's a lot of juice. Like, that is a lot of juice to be leaking out into a package. Like, when you open the package, everything is wet and damp and moist. I know people don't like those words, and I'm sorry. So I was very disappointed in the fact that this came damaged, but I didn't care enough to try and get another bottle or replacement, because this isn't something I'm really gonna be wearing. I mean, it's not wearable. Let's just throw that out there. These are not wearable scents, but they're more fun. And this one didn't have a leak, but the cap was very loose, like it could have leaked, but thankfully it didn't. So that's my problem with this. I do like the sticker. I do actually think these bottles are kind of cute in regards to what they are. These scents are completely unwearable, not challenging, unwearable. This smells like stale barbecue sauce and tar and metal. It is not a wearable fragrance, but if they truly were able to capture what space smells like, again, it's up to speculation. A lot of people are saying that they just kind of didn't even really listen. They just kind of threw a bunch of notes together that a lot of people say space smells like. Then, oh boy, space is stinky. Not a place you want to go. And Eau de Luna, sorry, smells a little bit duskier, muskier, a little bit more ozonic, and more barbecuey. So if you imagine barbecue sauce that has been sitting outside in the heat, and there's like a hot metal smell and dust, that's about what these smell like. So I've saved you guys $50 a piece if you wanted to buy these. So these are some of the grossest, if not the grossest, fragrances I've ever smelled or I've ever purchased. But at the same time, I am happy to have them in my collection as novelty scents to kind of add to this wall of scent. So just letting you guys know that. If you were interested in picking them up, don't. They're not worth it. The packaging isn't worth it. The company in and of itself, at least from what I've gathered, the research that I've done, because it took me a very long time to get my bottles, I was displeased with their customer service and the amount of time it took to get the bottles, and also the just how I had to get the bottles. There was too many steps rather than how Kickstarter works. So I wouldn't recommend purchasing them. I wouldn't recommend the company. Am I happy I got them? I'm happy I got my products because I wasn't sure for a bit. But at the end of the day, it was an interesting experience. I am happy I got products. Would I back them knowing what I do now? Probably not. But if any of you guys have backed this product and you agree or disagree with my thoughts on the company, the Kickstarter project, or the fragrances in general, if you don't think they're wearable, if you like them, if you don't think that they are unwearable, if you'd wear them and like them, let me know. I'd love to know what you guys think. But I know I'm talking a lot about these guys, but I just kind of had to. They've been sitting here. This entire fragrance room for the past 3 weeks has smelled like this. It has been scary to come in here because it's not pleasant. It's not. So yeah, so those are the grossest fragrances I've ever smelled, the grossest fragrances in my fragrance collection, and an interesting experience. So those are the fragrances I added to my fragrance collection this month, just 3. I can't believe I talked for, like this time the timer's saying like 20 minutes about these scents. I'm obviously gonna edit the crap out of this, so I'm not gonna talk for like 15 minutes on those scents. I'll try and edit it down to a more reasonable bite-sized portion. We'll see how that goes. But those are the scents. Thank you guys for watching. If you just came to see the fragrances I added to my collection, and let's get into the update, shall we? The personal update. I think now's a good time to let you guys know where everything is going. First, I want to give a humongous thank you to you guys. I've gotten letters, beautiful, unique gifts, like some paper pop-up flowers that were sent to my mom. You guys have just been so wonderful and so warm and just so amazing when it comes down to your support during the past few months for me and my mother. I truly appreciate it. You guys have been outstanding. Now what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of update you on where she's at, and this will probably be the last real update until things are 100%. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't noticed, I've been kind of AFK for the past 2 months. I've only really gotten up 2 videos. I am going to be able, this week I'm probably not going to be Monday through Friday. I'm going to get 1 or 2 videos up. Next week I'm going to go back Monday to Friday because I am home, and I am home because my mom a week ago was discharged from the hospital. Yep, a week today. She was discharged from the hospital. She is home with me, and things are tough, but things are going really, really good. So the biggest thing for her right now is she still has those injuries. She still has her abdominal injury, the donor leg from the skin graft, and she just, because she was laying in a hospital bed for almost 2 months, she has mobility and strength issues. So my job while she's here is going to be helping her with physical therapy and occupational therapy in between when she has her physical therapist and the occupational therapy therapists coming in and working with her to get her strength up and her mobility up. And she is doing fantastic. Let me just say, she's doing amazing. She's still in a lot of pain. She's still very anxious. She still has a long way to go in regards to getting back to where she was before the accident. But like, we are at just recovery right now, where she's not a patient anymore. She's home. It's just recovering. So we are not scared, we're not worried about anything negatively happening to her. It's not like, oh no, is something gonna happen and she's gonna be in the hospital longer, is she gonna need another surgery? It's just about her recovering right now, and she's able to do that at home. But she still has a long road to recovery in regards to just maintaining her mobility and her strength, and that's something that I'm working with her and doing, which is why this week I haven't really been able to get any videos up, and why this specific week I'm not going to be able to get too many videos up. But I did want to let you guys know that she is doing amazing. So I'm really proud of her. She has been through the ringer. She has had so many things happen to her, and she's handled everything with a lot of grace, a little bit of complaining. She's allowed to complain considering the situation she's in, but for the most part, she's just been trucking, doing such a good job, and I'm so proud of her. And I'm looking forward to watching her get better and leaving my house, because that means she will be able to start her life, buy a new apartment or condo, whatever she wants to do, and just gain her independence and her mobility back. I'm not kicking her out. She can stay as long as she needs, but I think we all want her to be able to live her life the way that she was intending to live her life before this accident happened. So that is what we're working towards now. I'm not sure how long it'll be. It could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be a year or two. It all depends on if she needs any future surgeries. It's going to depend on her anxiety, if she's going to be able to be in a car. She does have some issues where she doesn't even like to think about getting in a car. And it's just going to be about when she can start lifting things and really being independent in her own room, in her own home, and in her own life. So that's going to depend on her, on the doctors, and her recovery, but we are looking forward to watching her get better and kicking her out of our house so she can go live her own life and visit us whenever she wants. And no, I'm not kicking her out, but she was in the process of looking for a condo or a townhome to move in. She had just sold the family home down south because unfortunately, with the death of my father, she wasn't able to afford to keep it up. So she was literally going to be staying with us for a few weeks and looking for a new home, and then this accident happened, so it kind of put everything on hiatus for a few months. So she's already started looking at new listings, talking to a real estate agent, and she's looking forward to moving past this and just having it be a blip in her life, and we can all move forward with our life and just being happy and prosperous and a good old family, because we're a very close family. There's been a lot of other things, family, personal-wise, that have been happening behind the scenes. I am not at liberty to say, it's not my information to share, but there's just been a lot going on this past few months, just in regards to my mom's health and family and my health and things like that. So I want to thank everyone so much for your sympathy, your compassion, your thoughts, your prayers, your support, and people who have wrote letters, sent gifts. I'm so touched. My mom is so touched. But just everybody who's even just sent out a little message and just said, hey, we're thinking about you, hope your mom's doing good. It really means the world to me. Thank you guys so much. So that is my update. I don't really think I'll have much to say until she's ready to be completely recovered. So as of this time, she's doing fantastic. I'm so proud of her. But I'm going to end this video here. I've been talking way too long. Thank you guys so much for everything you've done for me this past few months. It really means the world to me. I truly appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Bye.